are changing my voice. This video is about my official stance on how I've seen things my whole life. This is more important than you might think, and I'm just going to focus on when I was about 16 years old and I wrote a song really quickly, right? I wrote it in maybe 5 minutes tops, just put it out there, and then I recorded it, and they've since changed the sound of my voice. In fact, they almost immediately changed the sound of my voice in the recording. It came out differently when I uploaded it. And then they changed the sound of my voice again at some point. Okay. I'm going to go through the lyrics. It's not going to take that long. And I'm going to explain how these deeper ideas in a simple form are key. Now, you do not see, the masses of attractive females in their 20s, for example, putting out anything like this. Okay, they might write a poem and keep to themselves. They didn't try to get the message out. Okay, and they also don't feel the same way. They might feel close to it to some degree, but there's distinct differences. Okay. So the song goes like this, and it's about what I perceive to be a short life, and it's about women, it's about justice, it's about pain, it's about timing, it's about the fact that things are figurative and metaphorical. All that's there. And if I remember, I'm going to put it on my Poison Christ channel. I'm going to put in the description, okay, what the song is called and where to find it. And keep in mind when you go to those other channels of mine that they've edited the look of the channels, they've edited my body shape. They try to make it so I look weird and crazy. If I looked weird and crazy, then I would tell you that, okay? I wouldn't lie about it. Like right now, I don't look as handsome as I used to look, and I don't lie about it, okay? I'd look better if they didn't fume and poison me, but I'm 42 years old. But it should be the content of my character that attractive women 18 and up should choose. A female 18 to 38, for example, should be willing to date me because I'm a righteous man and attractive females are shunning me. Okay, and she should be beautiful, mind, body, soul, and spirit. So let's get into this, shall we? My doom is soon. Okay, I'm just going to read it. I'm not going to rap it to you or do it in a poem. I'm just going to read it very calmly because they're going to edit my voice, and I'm having difficulty speaking as it is because of the fumes that are burning my throat and mouth and so on and so forth, and eyes, and causing me to have a headache and what have you. Okay, so my doom is soon, G, feeling like a downcast, outcast, gloomy. See, I've always seen, but my fate is blind. Shots flying around me, hitting homies, busting out gang signs. Thugged out streets, dealers barely making ends meet. So let's stop there. My doom is soon, right? I'm going to die soon. I use the word G because, at that time I was hanging out with a lot of thugs, but there was a difference between me and them. I'm mulatto. I live in unincorporated Morganell at the time. A lot of my friends live in San Jose and places like this. Okay. And, I have some friends on the internet who are encouraging me to act like a gangster too, and so on and so forth. And they're from all over the place, Texas and elsewhere. Okay. And I even have a group on the internet it's a kind of collective at the time, somewhere around this time, maybe it was a little bit later, of people who were claiming to be in the Crip gang from around the place. So I had my own little crew around that time in the Santa Clara County, and I knew Bloods and Crips in the Santa Clara County area and also on the internet. Okay, but I was always someone with a higher cause. You'll see it in the song here. So again, my doom is soon, G, feeling like a downcast, outcast, gloomy, right? Feeling like an outcast, right? They're rejecting me, including my friends, right? They're not really friends, right? We don't have this deep spiritual connection that people in the army of God should have. They're not in it. I am. See, I've always seen, right? Horus vision, Falcon's vision, right? See, I've always seen, but my fate is blind, right? Only the Father knows the time. Now, when I wrote this, I was not looking at the Bible at the time. I'm just doing it from my heart, right? I didn't mean to connect any of this to the Bible except for a few phrases. We'll get into that. Shots flying around me, hitting homies, busting out gang signs. Thugged out streets, dealers barely making ends meet. This is key, right? It's painting the picture, the details. Okay? The system has made it so these dealers feel like that's what they should do. and they're barely making ends meet, right? Do-rag, pants sag, a black dragon taking a drag. Now, I did martial arts around that time. My older brother had encouraged me to call myself a Nubian dragon. He said people would respect it. He was wrong. It was a mistake. Okay, I didn't see myself as evil in the slightest. Pay attention, you'll see why. There's no occult stuff going on here. This is just poetic, right? I'm not an occultist. I never was. Do-rag, pants sag, a black dragon taking a drag. Chronic smoke fills my chest and lungs, relieving pain of 1,000 brothers hung. That part's key here. Chronic smoke fills my chest and lungs, relieving the pain of 1,000 brothers hung. Literally and or metaphorically. Literally and or metaphorically. A horror story, right? They're the occultists, not me. A horror story. Straight up treason. No reason. Okay, it's treason against God, against their families, their descendants, their ancestors, treason against their nations, treason against, anyone who's trying to do good in the government, which is basically nobody, but it's treason in general, right? Tree, Alpha, Sun, treason against God and I, Christ. Straight up treason, no reason, right? They have no good reason. Like it says in the Bible, they persecuted me and they hated me without cause. Gold teeth and chains covered with blood and brains, my boy's bandana changed. Blue to red, but still blue. Blue to red, but still blue. A live borderline soldier to dead and true. You see this martyr argument in this kind of form. That's why the word scripture is a play on words for Crip's root, right? What is the root? Who shares his roots with him? Why are they wearing blue instead of red like Suge Knight and Mac 10 and Mitchie Slick and Bosco and the Bloods in popular culture, some of the more famous Blood rappers and so on and so forth? So, again, it's my official stance on this. This is me going out of my way to make extra sure that the details are correct. And you'll see it lines up with what I've been saying for years. So I'm going to defend all my official stances. If you're going to argue that I'm wrong about anything, go to my official stance playlist on my Poison Christ channel, okay, and argue that or any official stance videos you see on TikTok. Okay. So again, a live borderline soldier to dead and true, right? He wasn't really that close to me is the argument being made here. And then he gets killed and he's true. Now, this never happened. I never had a friend that got shot and killed that fits this description. Never happened. I've had friends that, I have one friend that committed suicide and so on and so forth, but this never happened. The rain and smoke doesn't allow my tear-filled eyes to see normally, right? Focus, right? The rain has, it's metaphorical, right? The flood in the Bible, the driving rain, the water of affliction in the Bible, so on and so forth. Okay. White man will never conform me. So the rain and smoke doesn't allow my tear-filled eyes to see normally, but I'm right about this, right? And that's why I say white man will never conform me. Okay? They're the people playing stupid about the 1,000 brothers hung. They're controlled opposition. They're not in the divine order. So they'll never conform me. I'm absolutely right to say that. So white man will never conform me, pal. Timing slightly off. Timing, right? A martial art principle. Timing slightly off, right? I'm having trouble flowing is the main thing I'm referring to. But I'm also thrown off by a broken heart, right? Timing slightly off. Another soul tossed. The greater network crossed. Nothing but war for the boss. Timing slightly off. Another soul tossed. The greater network crossed. Nothing but war for the boss. Mind frame creating misplaced game. They want a ball and ignore the deeper call. Y'all through stressing me. So again, mind frame, mentality, mind frame. Okay? Mind, body, soul, spirit, right? I'm talking about timing. Treason, right? Loyalty, honor, what have you. Them trying to outcast me for being right. Okay? See, the timing slightly off, another soul toss. Like I'm trying to save them. Their timing's off. At the time, as far as my flow, my timing in that video, as my flow is off. And another soul tossed. And I feel like I should help them, right? The greater network crossed. Okay, the bigger picture that people deny, right? I'm talking about the Illuminati and stuff like this my whole life. So the greater network of righteous people, the greater network of gang members, of drug cartels, right? The government, what have you. Okay, there's various applications here. The greater network crossed, nothing but war for the boss, nothing but war for God. Mind frame creating misplaced game. Mind frame creating misplaced talent. Oh, I forgot a verse. Okay. Mind frame creating misplaced game. Dumb wild whore hands. I say dumb wild whore hands. It's almost like inappropriate. I say mind frame creating misplaced game. Dumb wild whore hands, right? Their talents, their game, right? Dumb wild whore hand. The beast, the mark of the beast, right? They want to ball and ignore the deeper call. Y'all through stressing me. 16 years old. What's my problem with women? I'm more mature than women who are 40 right now, 30, you name it. Okay? Because they want to survive. They want to find their life, whether they want to get rich or not, and they ignore the deeper call coming through me, the gates of God.